Millions of people start the year with intense effort, pour weeks of energy into a new routine, hit a wall of exhaustion, and give up entirely. We usually blame a lack of willpower. But consider this. In any competition, the winners and the losers have the exact same goals. Every Olympian wants the gold medal. If successful and unsuccessful people share the same objective, the goal itself cannot be the deciding factor. The British cycling team endured a 100-year losing streak, failing to secure a single meaningful medal on the world stage. Their transformation began when a new coach searched for a 1% margin of improvement in everything the team did, from testing aerodynamic fabrics to bringing the riders' personal mattresses to hotels for better sleep. Within 5 years, they dominated the Olympic Games. You fall to the level of your systems. This focus on the process allows tiny, engineered routines to build the momentum required for long-term change. Improving by 1% on any given day is often invisible, but the mathematics of human behavior heavily reward patience. This chart shows the divergent exponential curves of getting 1% better or 1% worse every day. While a 1% daily decline erodes skills down to nearly zero, improving by just 1% each day compounds. Over a single year, that growth makes you 37 times better. Think of a stonecutter hammering at a rock. He can strike it 100 times without showing a single crack, but the breakthrough happens because of every previous hit. This stored energy finally splits the stone, illustrating the plateau of latent potential. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Because of this compounding effect, your current trajectory matters far more than your current results. Our behaviors rest on an underlying set of beliefs. To achieve a different result, we have to start by changing our identity, shifting from what we want to achieve to who we want to become. Imagine two people offered a cigarette. One says, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit." The other says, "No thanks, I'm not a smoker." The first person still identifies as a smoker attempting an outcome, while the second has adopted a completely new identity. Every behavior we perform runs on the same neurological cycle, the habit loop. First, your brain perceives a cue. That cue triggers a craving to change your internal state. You perform a response to satisfy that urge, and finally, you receive a reward. This four-step loop acts as the internal operating manual for our behavior. By identifying these stages, we can begin to automate success. The first law of behavior change is make it obvious. The human brain is a prediction machine that relies on visual input. We can design our environment so that the cues for good habits are impossible to ignore, like placing your vitamins next to the faucet. You can also use a tactic called habit stacking. You directly attach a new routine to an existing habit you already perform daily. After I pour my morning coffee, I will meditate for 1 minute. The second law is make it attractive. Our brain releases dopamine not only when we experience pleasure, but when we anticipate it. It is this anticipation that drives our cravings. We can leverage this through temptation bundling. By pairing a difficult necessity directly with an immediate reward, we hijack the dopamine response. After I do 10 burpees, I get to check my social media. Willpower is an unreliable resource. Effective change requires engineering your surroundings so that the right choices are visually obvious and biologically enticing. The third law is make it easy. Because the human brain is wired to conserve energy, we must use the 2-minute rule. Shrink any major goal into an initiation task that takes under 120 seconds. Read a book becomes read 1 page. The primary objective here is establishing the neural pathway. You are mastering the art of simply showing up. The fourth law is make it satisfying. We evolve to prioritize instant gratification, which often conflicts with the delayed rewards of modern good habits. We have to bridge this gap. A visual habit tracker provides an immediate reward for any activity. Crossing a day off the calendar gives you a hit of dopamine, making the end of the behavior feel successful. Standardizing a habit must precede optimizing it. Making a behavior easy initiates the action, and making it satisfying ensures it repeats. While the 1% rule looks clean on paper, human progress is rarely a smooth line. It's a jagged, messy scribble. And we can discard the idea that habits take 66 days to form. Neurologically, they solidify through frequency of repetition, not calendar days. We must also acknowledge that internal states, like stress or trauma, can override even the best designed environment. Some habits require psychological healing alongside productivity strategies. Real-world habit formation means accepting inconsistent days. Growth requires embracing fluctuations over striving for robotic perfection. So, what happens when the engineered system breaks down and life gets in the way? You rely on a behavioral safety net, the rule of never miss twice. Missing your routine one day is an accident, but missing 2 consecutive days is the start of a new, bad habit. The ultimate goal is not a flawless streak. It is about casting daily votes for the identity you want to inhabit. Even a shortened 5-minute workout confirms the type of person you are becoming. True transformation comes from the commitment to make today's actions slightly more obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying.